What if I told you that your past lives are not gone? They're still here, hidden in time. And what if the future you is already out there, waiting to be discovered? Buddhist texts say the Buddha could see past and future lives, not only his own, but those of countless beings. To modern ears, it sounds like myth or magic, but science has begun to explore time, consciousness, and the fourth dimension in ways that make this idea surprisingly possible. So today, let's take a journey into the meeting point of Buddhism and physics to ask, did the Buddha touch a truth about time that science is only now beginning to understand?
Runway exploring.
Buddhism teaches that life is a cycle, birth, death, and rebirth. The soul, or consciousness, moves on, carrying the seeds of memory and karma. We don't usually remember these past lives, but perhaps that's because our physical brains reset with every new body. Neuroscience shows memory depends on neurons. When the brain dies, the memory files seem to vanish. But some scientists propose that consciousness isn't created by the brain. The brain is just a receiver, like a radio. If that's true, then death is not the end. Consciousness continues, like a broadcast that never stops, only the receiver changes. Here's a simple example. Imagine changing your phone. The old phone is gone, but your cloud account still remembers your photos and contacts. When you log into the new phone, everything comes back. The soul, in Buddhism, is like that cloud storage. Let's shift to science. We know 3 dimensions: length, width, height. But Einstein's theory of relativity introduced the fourth: time. We don't usually see time. We move through it 1 second at a time, like walking a tunnel with blinders on. But physics tells us all of time, past, present, future, already exists. It's just that we, trapped in 3 dimensions, can't step out and look. Imagine holding a DVD. The beginning, middle, and end of the movie all exist on the disc at once. You only see them in sequence when you press play. But if you could see the whole disc at once, you'd see every scene at the same time. If the Buddha could access the 4th dimension, he wouldn't be bound to play life second by second. He could see the entire timeline of a soul, its past frames and future frames, all at once. Here's a simple example. Think of a Google Maps timeline. When you scroll, you can see everywhere you've been in the past year. You can't physically be in all those places at once, but the map shows the whole journey. The Buddha's vision worked like that, but for lifetimes. Now imagine you could rewind time by 100 years. You'd find your own soul in another body, another life, maybe in another country. You'd know their joys, their struggles, because they were you. This is how Buddhist texts describe past life knowledge as direct vision, not just belief. To science, this might sound like accessing a cosmic archive, a record where no information is truly lost. Some physicists, like John Wheeler, suggested that information is eternal. Even if a star collapses into a black hole, its information remains in the universe. If that's true, then your past lives, your choices, and your consciousness are imprinted somewhere in the cosmic record, waiting for someone, like the Buddha, to access them. Here's a simple example. When you delete a file from your computer, it often isn't really gone. Data recovery software can still bring it back. In the same way, past lives may not be visible, but their data still exists in the universe. In Buddhism, the soul is eternal. In science, energy is eternal. It cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. If consciousness is a kind of energy, then it never dies. It simply shifts forms, like water becoming vapor, or fire becoming ash. Think of consciousness as light passing through a prism. Each lifetime is a different color, but the source is the same white light. The Buddha's ability was perhaps to see beyond the prism, to trace every color back to the source, and to look forward at colors not yet refracted. Here's a simple example. Electricity in your home may power a lamp, a TV, or a phone charger. The form changes, but it's the same electricity. In the same way, the soul takes new forms across lifetimes, but it's the same current. Of course, scientists don't claim the Buddha was a time traveler, and Buddhists don't describe enlightenment with physics equations. But when you place the two side by side, an amazing pattern emerges. The eternal soul mirrors energy conservation. Past life memory mirrors information theory. The Buddha's vision of time mirrors relativity and the 4th dimension. It suggests that spiritual insight and scientific discovery may be pointing to the same mystery, the nature of time, memory, and reality itself. Here's a simple example. It's like 2 people describing the same mountain. A scientist may describe it with geology, rocks, minerals, layers. A monk may describe it with poetry, beauty, silence, enlightenment, different languages, but the same mountain. So what do you think? Were the Buddha's visions just imagination? Or was he glimpsing truths about time that modern science is only now catching up to? If all time exists at once, maybe the past and future you are not far away at all. They're just waiting in another frame of the cosmic movie. If you enjoyed this journey into the science of Buddhism, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. More mysteries await.